At the confluence of the Three Rivers is Acrisure Stadium. It's the North Carolina Tar Heels and the Pittsburgh Panthers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Guys, this kind of matchup is always a challenge. Coach told me bringing a team in here on the road can be hard. This is going to be a huge challenge to get this upset on the road. Not only is this one of the best quality opponents they have faced so far, it is a quality crowd. You can hear from the noise. This crowd is ready to get after it. A very hostile environment. We will see how they handle it, and I will keep you posted how it's going down here on the field. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. So the North Carolina Tar Heels offense will go to work first. And this junior wide receiver is a focal point in their passing attack. He's a good route runner, good solid hands, and a big part of this passing attack. Back to throw, it's Edwards. Good timing on the quick out. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. And the Tar Heels come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Looking for space, it's Hall. And you want to talk about gang tackling, everybody on the defense run to the ball. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Grab behind the line. It's Ship. There he goes. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. The Tar Heels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver comes in motion. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. And the Tar Heels have pushed it inside the 20. Going to the run, it's Hall. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Right back to the well. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
Running inside. It's Hall. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. Good, right down the boulevard. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
I know one thing this head coach does every week is he challenges his guys to start fast. And it's so important today, playing on the road in this kind of environment. You saw a nice drive. They didn't get the touchdown they would have loved, but still, kicking that field goal and taking this early lead, that's a statement for the visiting team.
Now the Panthers offense takes the field for the first time in this game. They sure hope that dynamic connection that was on display last week rears its head and wreaks havoc again today, Jesse.
And last week, it didn't matter what the secondary was doing from a coverage standpoint, David, whether it was man, zone.
Breaks into the open. Oh, and what a move, what a juke, and he makes it past the mark. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. This time he wants to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Hicks. Guys, they're really starting to find a rhythm in conference play now. They'll try to keep it going through the rest of this ACC slate.
I think it's really important because they're building confidence early in the season. There were a lot of expectations on this team to play well, and they've been doing that. Obviously, David, they've got bigger challenges ahead.
Yeah, and the conference play, obviously you want to see that continue to grow. The confidence, the familiarity with each other within, obviously, is a lot of time that's a big deal. The rivalries that come with it. So, great start, a lot of positive momentum built for this squad.
Looking downfield on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. It's Robinson. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45. New set of downs after the completion. They send the tight end in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. And the Panthers come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is...
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And that's the challenge today. A week ago, they failed the challenge. Last week, they gave up 5 sacks. They can't do that again today. This defense saw it. They watched it on tape. They know they're not doing a good job of protecting their quarterback, and already 1 sack on the day.
Throws to the tight end. And it's knocked away, incomplete on 3rd down. Pitt will have to boot this one away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. They'll run the counter. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one.
And when you run these counter-type plays, you're getting extra offensive linemen pulling at the point of attack, opening up a crease for that running back to gash the defense.
Missed receiver there. It's incomplete. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Sends it back in motion. Scanning the field, it's Edwards. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
Bringing the heat. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
And this dude knows how to get after quarterbacks. Last week he had 3 sacks. He gets his first today. I'll tell you what, you better know where he is before the ball snapped every single play.
Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. That's caught. It's Turner. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40. We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. To the air on first down. Finds his man. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played 1 period. Looking to throw on first down. Here's the pressure. And the ball's loose in the backfield. Defense has it. They're on the move. He managed. 2 yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied and the timeout is gone. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play.
Back to pass, it's Edwards. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
Hey, sometimes your quarterback's getting flustered and running all over the place, and that's the reason your offense isn't successful. Not that time. They had plenty of time to throw. Now let's see if we can get some execution out of them moving forward.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Takes a hit as he fired. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion. The Tar Heels will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields to punt and try to pick up some yards. Cover guys do their job and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job."
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Going to try to get it himself. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Working that left side now. And eventually taken down, but what about that spin move gives him the first down yardage? They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Throws to the wideout. Not in lockstep there with the receiver. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Turner. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. The Panthers come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. Takes it down to the 41-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
Nice job by this offense converting the 3rd down. Listen, 3rd and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to fire. Escapes the pressure to his right. He'll pull it down and run. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds. Now facing a 3rd and long. The run inside. It's Turner. The stop is made right at the 36-yard line. The defense coming up big on 3rd down. The Panthers will go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got his man in the middle. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. And the Panthers go back to work after moving the chains through the air. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Fires to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this third and short, they're still thinking touchdown. Plows through the defense. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. Pittsburgh going to work with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. Makes the grab on the left. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throwing catch. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Running inside, it's Turner. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without... And he's in! Touchdown, Pittsburgh!
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Got his man downfield. Makes the stop at the 30, but a big 15-yard pickup gets him out of trouble.
Could that be the play that finally wakes them up? Just not a lot of good going on offensively here in this first half. They've only got 3 points to show for their efforts. They haven't been throwing it a lot, but they took a shot there. They got a chunk play. Now they're in a position. They need to score a touchdown here before the half is over.
Back to pass, it's Edwards. Under fire! And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Wants to throw again. Looking to the big tight end. Another incompletion on 3rd down. And the Tar Heels send out the punt unit. He'll take it on the return. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
It's caught.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
The Panthers peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Turner. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. At the line of scrimmage, but they won't snap it here. They're going to use the timeout instead. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Throws for the tight end. Complete to the left. Turning it on. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. Panthers in the hurry up. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires into the end zone. Picked off. What a play by this defense. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
You can't give points away when you're a QB. You have to understand, I got to be aggressive, and it's tough in the red zone because those are really tight windows. But, man, the one thing I cannot do is turn the football over. I got to make sure I get points. Really poor decision. Great play by the defense.
We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Men, notable storylines all across the sport today. So let's roll up our sleeves and get you updated here in Week 6. Let's start with the USC Trojans taking on the number 21 team, the Penn State Nittany Lions. And it's USC with a gritty victory away from home. This team prepared well all week, and they'll enjoy the fruits of their labor.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Panthers offense comes out ready to go on the attack. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different-looking football.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. And he's swallowed up immediately, stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Pitt will line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. A low line drive and short kick. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. North Carolina's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. The run inside. It's Hall. They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Motion from the wide receiver. To the air. It's Edwards. Fires on the run. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. He's in open space downfield. He gets it oh so close to that imaginary yellow line, but I think he's going to be just a tad short. They boot it away. Hauls it in and looking upfield. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Motion from the wideout. Oh, he's got some space. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Shoots it to the left. Pulls it in. It's Robinson. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. See what they dial up on 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again, and why not? Got it in the middle. It's Kent. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
A manageable distance on 3rd down as they try to convert from the 20. They'll run it. It's Turner. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. And the Panthers come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down. It's picked off, and that's number 10.
Zone equals eyes. When I say that, DBs, linebackers, all covering the middle of the field. So many guys over the middle of the field trying to take away the easy stuff, but reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time. Whenever he breaks to throw that football and that hand separates from the ball, I'm breaking on it. You could tell they had a beat on it. Nice cut, nice instincts. Give me that INT.
The Tar Heels in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll move the tight end. Looking downfield, it's Edwards. On the run, fires downfield. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit and coverage that forces the incompletion.
Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. And the Tar Heels line up to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. The Pitt Panthers offense out there to go on the attack. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive.
Those are the kind of plays in the second half you have to make. This back has had plenty of success. He's gotten a lot of touches. Now, defensively, we got to show him things are about to be different.
Makes the grab. It's Robinson. He'll work his way down to the 28. Let's see if they can put the defense on its heels in 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again. Finds his big tight end. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Down to the 12-yard line, it's 1st down. Keeps it on 1st down. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And, man, this defense added again. They've done this so much today. Affected the quarterback, gotten sacks, forced 3rd and long situations. It doesn't matter about the yards on the drive. Now you've put them in a very predictable passing situation.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Pitt!
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Running inside, it's Hall. That's the end of the period, and Pittsburgh has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Back to throw, it's Edwards. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against the defense, playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You've got to take shots offensively.
From the gun on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. The Tar Heels will send out the punt unit. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. Hauls it in at the 25. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Pittsburgh sends out the offense to start this drive. So working with a lead here, they'd like to put together a long, time-consuming drive and put this thing away. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass. Under fire. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. The offensive line's got to get it together, giving up a sack on the last play, and now it's third down. Here comes the heat. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Pitt will have to boot this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Makes the grab at the 10. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. That is coverage just the way they designed it, and they've got him backed up. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They get the ball back after the punt, and they've got to be efficient here as time is winding down. Pulls and fires complete. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him. And the Tar Heels with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air, it's Edwards. Fires left. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Man, and that was a drive to forget right there. Like, they wanted to create some space, get out of the...
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Lowers those pads. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. The Tar Heels getting set on 1st and 10. He goes right back to the air. Pocket breaking down. They got him. Great pressure by this defense. Not a lot of productivity on that last play. They'll try it again on 2nd and long from the 23. Looking to fire. With the catch, it's Thurman. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here.
And on offense right now, you're at a juncture here of the game in the 4th quarter, trailing the way you are. You can't punt anymore. Execution has got to be at a premium. And on that 4th down, they're able to hook up, move the sticks, and keep this momentum going.
Complete. He stopped right at the 50-yard line, but they'll move the chains. It's 1st down. And the Tar Heels are marching down the field. Looking to throw, it's Edwards. Hauls it in. And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Wants to keep it in the air. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Here's the heat. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
The Tar Heels trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Trying to run, it's French. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and goal. Back to pass. Going for 6. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And you see, once you start to get to the red zone, the contested catch rate goes way through the roof. Who can make those plays when you're physically getting hit? Nice job by the defense, man. Make them earn it. Make them feel it. Get your hands through the contact of the football.
Give him 6. Touchdown, Tar Heels. That big score makes the end of this game very interesting.
No doubt the offense got what they needed. More work to do, but you had to get this part accomplished first.
And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Panthers offense comes out ready to go to work. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Timeout now called by the Tar Heels. That'll be their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Second down, they'll go to the air. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. This defense forcing them to throw into tight windows. They need another stop on 3rd and long.
5, 29. Leak. Hammer. Hey, hammer.
From the gun, wants to pass. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. He's got it. North Carolina will call it second timeout. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Turner. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. That is the final timeout for the Tar Heels. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. They give it to him again. On his feet at the 40. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
Pitt coming to the line after getting another first down.
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there's still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives and pitches to the running back to get him outside, jet sweeps. You can find other ways to keep the clock moving, even though the defense knows you're going to run it.
They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Might have a chance. He works his way past the first down marker, and that will put this one away. And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee.